Warriors Into the Wild by Aaron Hunter. Prologue. A half moon glowed on smooth granite boulders, turning them silver. The silence was broken only by the ripple of water from the swift black river and the whisper of trees in the forest beyond. There was a stirring of the shadows, and from all around the dark shapes crept stealthily over the rocks. Unsheathed claws gleamed in the moonlight, weary eyes flashed like amber, and then, as if on a silent signal, the creatures leaped at each other, and suddenly the rocks were alive with wrestling, screeching cats. At the center of frenzy of fur and claws, a massive dark tabby pinned a bracken-colored Tom to the ground and drew up his head triumphantly. "Oh, card!" the tabby growled. "How dare you hunt in our territory? The Sunning Rocks belong to ThunderClan. After tonight, Tiger Claw, this'll just be another RiverClan hunting ground." The bracken-colored Tom spat back. A warning yell came from the shore, shrill and anxious. "Look out! More RiverClan warriors are coming!" Tiger Claw turned to see sleek, wet bodies sliding out of the water below the rocks. The drenched RiverClan warriors bounded silently up the shore and hauled themselves into the bow without even stopping to shake the water from their fur. The dark tabby glared down at Oakheart. "You may swim like ours, but you and your warriors do not belong in the forest." He drew back his lips and showed his teeth as the cat struggled beneath him. The desperate scream of a ThunderClan she-cat rose above the clamor. A wary RiverClan Tom had pinned the brown warrior flat on her belly. Now he lunged toward her neck, with jaws still dripping from his swim across the river. Tiger Claw heard the cry and let go of Oakheart. With a mighty leap, he knocked the enemy warrior away from the she-cat. "Quick, Mouse Fur, run!" he ordered, before turning on the RiverClan Tom who had threatened her. Mouse Fur scrambled in her paws, wincing from deep gash on her shoulder, and raced away. Behind her, Tiger Claw spat with rage as the RiverClan Tom sliced open his nose. Blood blinded him for an instant, but he lunged forward regardless and sank his teeth into the hind leg of his enemy. The RiverClan cat squealed and restrove feet. "Tiger Claw!" The yowl came from a warrior with a red tail as red as fox fur. "This is useless! There are too many RiverClan warriors!" "No, Red Tail! ThunderClan will never be beaten!" Tiger Claw yelled back, leaping to Red Tail's side. "This is our territory!" Blood was swelling around the broad black muzzle, and he shook his head impatiently, scattering scarlet drops onto the ground. "TigerClan will honor your courage, Tiger Claw, but we cannot afford to lose any more of our warriors," Red Tail urged. "Blue Star would never expect her warriors to fight against these impossible odds. We'll have another chance to avenge this defeat." He met Tiger Claw's amber eye gazed steadily, then reared away and sprang onto a boulder at the edge of the tree. "Retreat, ThunderClan! Retreat!" he yelled. At once his warriors squirmed and struggled away from their opponents. Spitting and snarling, they backed toward Red Tail. For a heartbeat, the RiverClan cats looked confused. Was this battle so easily won? Then Oakheart yelled a jubilant cry. As soon as they heard him, the RiverClan warriors raised their voices and joined their deputy in caterwauling their victory. Red Tail looked down at his warriors. With a flick of his tail, he gave the signal, and the ThunderClan cats dived down the far side of the Sunning Rocks, then disappeared into the trees. Red Tail looked down at his warriors. With a flick of his tail, he gave the signal, and the ThunderClan cats dived down the far side of the Sunning Rocks, then disappeared into the trees. Tiger Claw followed last. He hesitated at the edge of the forest and glanced back at the blood-stained battlefield. His face was grim, his eyes furious slits. He leaped after his clan into the silent forest. In a deserted clearing, an old gray she-cat sat alone, staring up at the clear night sky. All around her in the shadows, she could hear the breathing and stirring of sleeping cats. A small tortoiseshell she-cat emerged from a dark corner, her paw steps quick and soundless. The gray cat dipped her head in green. "How is Mouse Fur?" she meowed. "Her wounds are deep, Blue Star," answered the tortoiseshell, while settling herself on the night cold grass. "But she is young and strong. She will heal quickly. And the others, they will all recover too." Blue Star sighed. "We are lucky not to have lost any of our warriors this time. You are a gifted medicine cat, Spotleaf." She tilted her head again and studied the stars. "I am deeply troubled by tonight's defeat. ThunderClan has not been beaten in its own territory since I became leader," she murmured. "These are difficult times for a clan. The season of New Leaf is late, and there have been fewer kids. ThunderClan needs more warriors if it is to survive." "But the year is only just beginning," Spotleaf pointed out calmly. There'll be more kids when Greenleaf comes. The gray cat twitched her broad shoulders. Perhaps, but training our young to become warriors takes time. If the Thunder Clan's to defend its territory, it must have new warriors as soon as possible. Are you asking Star Clan for answers? Meowed Spotted Leaf gently, following Blue Star's gaze and staring up at the swath of stars glittering in the dark sky. It is times like this we need the words of ancient warriors to help us. Has Star Clan spoken to you? Blue Star asked. Nice. Now for some moons, Blue Star. Suddenly a shooting star blazed over the treetops. Spotleaf's tail twitched and the fur on her spine bristled. Blue Star's ears pricked, but she remained silent. Spotleaf continued to gaze upward. After a few moments, Spotleaf lowered her head and turned Blue Star. It was a message from Star Clan, she murmured, a distant look came into her eye. Fire alone can save our clan. Fire? Blue Star echoed. The fire is feared by all the clans. How can it save us? Spotleaf shook her head. I don't know, she admitted. This is a message Star Clan's chosen to share with me. The Thunder Clan leader fixed her clear blue eyes on the medicine cat. You have never been wrong before, Spotleaf, she meowed. Star Clan has spoken, and it must be so. Fire will save our